Hey, welcome back to the Remedy Men's Health Talks. I'm here with
Simon.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tom from the Hillcrest Healthcare Pharmacy. We're continuing our talks around men's health topics today, and today our topic is mental health. What do you think, Simon, are the biggest issues facing men in relation to men's health?
Well, I think the topic that we're talking about today, mental health, is massive. I think it contributes, particularly in that 18 to 24 year age group, contributes to a lot of things like accidents, to substance abuse, to many problems with the law and things like that have a social impact that's quite negative. So I think it's an area that really needs a lot of focus and some good tools to sort of equip young men, but also older men as well, to really get a good experience in life around their mental health.
So, Ben, you've been looking at some of the stats around men's mental health. Have you got any thoughts about this topic?
Yeah, so particularly in that range, younger, between 18 and 25, mental health can contribute to one of the leading causes of death in that age bracket, which is suicide, and that's a huge issue that is facing particularly this age, which is my age group, which is hard to actually get your head around, because that is such a huge number of people each year that are suffering a lot of times in silence, and they aren't being able to optimize their wellness and experiencing really tough situations with their mental health, which can often lead to suicide, and particularly for men, they often are the ones that succeed in the suicide compared to women, which is not ideal. It's really sad, but we've got to think about how do we deal with this, and some of the things we've got to do to optimize that and to reduce the sad reality that is.
It always strikes me that suicide is a permanent problem to a temporary solution, and I think for a lot of people that are suicidal, they can't see a way out of the temporary problem that they're in, and so being able to recognise that that their problem is temporary and it is solvable, and being able to reach out and get the help that you need if you need help to get out of that situation. I think it's really important, because when somebody is in a suicidal sort of state, it's probably a very lonely and isolating place to be, and so being able to reach out to others, or have people reach out to you if they make sense that you're not doing so well, is part of the process of breaking down the hold that sort of thought pattern can have.
We talk about mental health, but wellness. What is a well relationship? What does a well life look like? We were talking earlier, and you mentioned about this. Every individual has their own wellness. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, it strikes me that mental health is part of a spectrum. So we all have mental health, and we're all somewhere on a spectrum of mental health, either having good resilience and coping ability, or we may be in a state where our mental health is declining, and knowing where we are on our own spectrum, knowing what triggers there are for us that may be making our mental health decline, knowing the protective things that help to build more resilience and better experience of life, and being able to incorporate those into your life on a regular basis. is really important. So where you sit on your own spectrum is really important. So having that introspection and that self-awareness is very important, but also being able to map your life experience onto somebody else's, because rather than reinventing the wheel, if other people have found things that have helped with their mental health, then it's a good chance that they're going to help for you as well.
So what you're saying is talk to other people?
Yep.
Yeah. Here's something that I often say to people that I talk to here at the pharmacy, is I'd say, how about, if you're thinking about stuff and that you're worried about it, find somebody and say to them, look, I need to talk about something. I don't need any answers, but I just need to talk about it. Can you listen? Most people will listen, and just say, somebody you trust, somebody maybe even come into a pharmacy and talk to a pharmacist. Can I talk to the pharmacist? I just want to talk about something. I don't need an answer, but I just want to talk about it. That helps. Actually verbalising what you're going through helps, rather than leaving that in your head and going to bed at night and ruminating over it and thinking over and over and over again. So thanks for listening to us. We've got more topics coming next week from Ben, Simon and Tom at Hillcrest Pharmacy and the Remedy Retail Lounge. Thanks guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Remedy's Men's Health Talk. This week we were talking about men's mental health. Join us next week when we shine a light on cardiovascular health. See you next week.